choice for hope chests, highlight walls, and woodworking projects, big and small. Stable, chemical-free, and safe, cedar's a natural choice. So bring beauty back to the yard and punch up projects inside the house. For more information and ideas, see redwrcla.org. Welcome to my Fix It Up Life Live!
Hi guys, I'm Teresa.
And I am Mark, and we're hanging out with Kayleen McCabe, contractor, crafts person, a woman who's a crafts person.
Yeah, why does you have to distinguish that she's a woman? You don't say because that's a guy who's a crafts person.
She would distinguish it as a girl power, DIY network host, rescue renovation.
Oh, gun
who
show.
Lives by the obvious credo, sun's out, guns out.
Listen, do you guys have any needle and thread? Because I'm torn.
I knew it was coming, and I laughed.
No, that is so wrong.
I never heard that one.
You know why that's wrong?
Why?
Not that you said it. It wasn't wrong. But that my husband will repeat it to me many times later today, next week, next year, in 20 years.
Wait a minute, Kayleen.
Yeah.
It's something behind you, I think. Is that an ailing animal? Somebody call a vet, because these pythons are sick.
I usually call the vet for my sick puppies too.
Wait a minute, hold on. I need about 3 minutes to sweat through my clothes because I'm laughing so hard.
Okay, so you guys are really fit, and that's wonderful. I'm so proud of both of you.
No, it's not about fit. It's about knowing those things that you can say in awkward moments, and you can just hold your arm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally do that all the time, too.
I used to like to start conversations on elevators like that too. It's really effective.
It is, especially if you're going up a lot of floors.
Yeah, and get the cops called on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the people end up being like next to you in a hotel. You know, you get off the elevator at the same floor, and they're like next to you, and they're like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Oh, walk this way.
But, hi, I've just changed hotels. And jobs.
Okay.
This is an office building.
Okay, can we talk about what we would plan to talk about today?
Rookie DIY mistakes with Kayleen McCabe from DIY Network. Rookie DIY mistakes that end up costing you money
Yes.
in the end.
Yes.
We can ask specific questions, or we can just do one of my favorite things. You're one of like a couple people who could handle this.
Oh no.
Go.
All right.
Just go.
Just
blah,
blah,
spill
blah,
it.
blah, blah, blah. I'm full of it today.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Rookie DIY mistakes. Not planning. That is the number one thing that DIYers can do for free to prevent more costs down the road. And then really not hiring a contractor when they should. There are times that you can do work and times that you can't. And I see a lot of DIYers believe that they can Google search their way out of anything, and really you just should have called a contractor. Would have saved yourself a ton of money.
Yes, if you find yourself Googling constantly, trying to figure out and watching videos while you're doing the work, then you probably are in a little bit over your head.
Yeah, I mean, I want to encourage fans to watch Rescue Renovation, but not to get all of the information. Some of this work requires a lot of skill and talent, so that's planning and not hiring when you need to.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, it's not like a cooking show where you follow along and like, now you crack the egg. And because most people have, you know, some basic ingredients in their kitchen to make a cake or something.
Sure.
Like you can't like pause Rescue Renovations and be like, oh, now I do what? Okay, let me go
Now
do
I
that.
need an I-beam and an engineered building permit. Hold on a minute.
Now I put in the floor. Okay, pause.
Segue.
Sorry.
The cooking show that you just described, that style of show. Yeah, I know this. It's called a pour and dump show.
There's
Sorry.
actually a term for it. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I
pour
mean,
and dump, because they have the camera shoots at a mirror or something above, and they pour the whipped eggs into the bowl, and then they dump it into another bowl. Pour and dump. And this is a before and after moment, because now we all know that.
Yeah, right?
Isn't Mark more attractive now that he knows about pour and dump? And dump as being a nice, pleasant thing, not as, like, the cooking show. Pour and dump.
Anytime you
that would be a man show.
That would be a man show. If you have a man show, okay, here's the man cooking show. I'm doing it right now. Kayleen, let's produce it.
Toast.
No bowls, nothing glass, okay? If you have to mix it, you mix it with a 20-volt max cordless drill or impact driver and a drywall whipper thing in a bucket. And then you pour it into another bucket. And then the cooking pan, what's that going to be? I don't know.
On the grill. Everything has to be cooked on the grill. Yeah, fire.
Yeah, that's it. Let's cook meat like that. Mix it in a bucket and cook it on a grill.
Mix meat in a bucket?
Yeah, I'm not
with
sure.
the drill?
I don't have it all worked out yet.
I'm really glad that I decided to be a vegetarian many years ago, so now this is not my excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be over next time for dinner.
I'm busy that year.
We have a question from Been There, Dump That. They are asking, you mean spending hours on YouTube to fix my plumbing wasn't a good idea?
H2, no! No, it's not. I mean, go ahead.
No, you go. I'm sorry.
There are a lot of plumbing jobs that you can do as a homeowner. I absolutely encourage folks, you can change out your toilet, supply lines, but if you're running new lines, no. If you're not a plumber, don't do it. Sorry, was that a little harsh?
No, it's not, because you bring up the whole thing, and I don't want to go super home improvement geek, but like if you move a toilet too far, like say you move a toilet across the room, and somehow you magically succeed in making that happen,
good luck.
What you don't know you may have done is moved it too far from a vent. Now your tubs and showers might gurgle, because when you flush the toilet, it's trying to suck air in there to drain. And those are the kinds of mistakes that people make because Google has everything on it, but not in order. and not for your bathroom.
We're talking about a lot of poo today. I hope a lot of people listening aren't, eating their lunch.
Well, you literally can't make up that we're talking about pour and dump and then Been There, Dump That. I mean, we did not, Scouts Honor, plan that.
No, that wasn't planned at all.
No,
but the thing is, too, is that, a lot of rookie mistakes are, like, things that are little things that you're like, oh, that's not going to be a big deal later. Oh, if I put a cabinet in and I don't make sure everything is level or plumb right now. It's close. It's close. And then when you get to the end of the line of cabinets and you literally can't put it in.
Yeah.
Or you can't open a drawer.
Yeah, you can't open a drawer.
And that's where it comes down to planning. It really is knowing that you have to, like the first cabinet's the hardest, the first sheet of drywall, because that's at your line. The first piece of tile, that takes planning before you just start. And so people who think that they can start a project and then sound it out phonetically as they go along, it's the best way. I walk into homes and it really looks like people were like, floor, walls, window. And it's like, what? That makes no sense at all. And so, yeah.
Do you have, this is more of the psychological, analog, non-Google way of approaching life. I think they still have that.
They do?
I don't know. I like I said, I think they do. But
life on phonics.
Those little signals that happen maybe for you where you realize, wait, there's a series of events happening. I'm going to need a subcontractor. The roof's too steep. I have to do too many things. I'm making all of this up. Whatever those examples are. And do you notice it on Rescue Renovations where people have completely ignored that they're just marching themselves into a pit of despair?
I come across homeowners constantly who are in the eye of a hurricane and cannot see the chaos around them. And they're like, but look, there are birds flying above me and everything is fine. And like, no, it's not. As soon as you take a wrong step to the left, like, I don't know how long they've been managing to hang out in that, but it blows me away. And so I'm just like, if you stopped and looked around, you would see, like, you're in a mess. Yeah.
Now, we might need to take a break and bring her to the hospital.
I have to sweat through my clothes again.
It's actually turned you,
Can you say it all again so I can enjoy it that much?
He's gonna play this back over and over again until he can do this performance himself and say that he made it up.
I will tell you right now that I've reached a crescendo of laughter where I have no recollection of anything that's preceded this moment.
Hi. We have great jobs. This is you guys are so fun to talk to. Huh.
We have a question.
We have a second question.
From Been There, Done That.
That begins with seriously.
Okay.
I mean, really?
Okay, I'll read it.
Okay.
I'll read it.
What, because you're the most serious?
Wait, hold on. Let me become gravely serious and adopt a British accent. These rookie mistakes could come into play when buying a home you deem as a fixer-upper. Oh, yeah. God, yes.
Oh, that's the scariest thing ever. I see folks who are buying homes to fix and flip or kind of do stuff on, but the previous homeowners were do-it-themselvers and really are setting up the next homeowner for a giant can of worms. There's usually stuff hidden, things done incorrectly, and then people sell a home. Or maybe it was 2 homeowners ago or 3, and you don't know. And so, I don't know. Sometimes you wish you had x-ray vision and could rewind time, you know, a little time travel on the house. But that's where, if you plan, you're always going to expect the worst and then know how to get yourself out of it. So homes are still, it's still a house. It's not like a portal to another realm. It's still put together the same way. So, yeah, there are some things that are wrong, but it's not like you're going to rip out a wall and, like, go to Narnia. I don't know. So it's not like, yeah, it's always the same building concept. So if you're educated and plan, you usually can get yourself out of these things. But it's scary. That's a scary thought.
I have to say, you know, my girlfriend, Jen, was just telling me the other day, and she's been in her home for 10 years, and it was a flip before she bought it, and inside the shower, they put wainscoting. It was wood inside the shower.
What?
No joke. And she was so just delighted to be a first-time homeowner. She thought everything was so beautiful and shiny and new. And then after she lived there for a little while, she was like, oh, wait, no. And then the wood in the shower was like, oh, and that's different. So she's been chasing around that problem for a long time.
I'm just going to say right now, Kayleen, that I flipped that house, and I used wood because I ran out of wallpaper.
It looked really pretty. Like, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, a lot of times people are putting polish on a piece of crumb. I don't know if I can say.
You can swear your face off.
No, don't swear your face off.
I mean, that's it. There, I said it.
Yeah.
It is, you know, and they will paint and new trim work can hide a lot of stuff and bring a new buyer's eye to areas of not concern. So always be cautious and do your research when you're buying a home. You know, too bad there isn't like a Carfax for houses.
Right.
You know, like a
Wow. Well, I'm going to segue from our topic.
There should be that, though.
There should be a Carfax, but I'm going to segue for a second from our topic of avoiding DIY mistakes.
We only have a couple minutes left, though.
In the couple minutes we have left, because Kayleen and I right now are like simpatico.
Yeah.
You mentioned molding and trim and bringing your eye to the top. Are you or are you not, and there's a right answer to this, a crown molding fanatic?
Yes, I am absolutely. Oh my gosh, the stuff you can do with trim work is spectacular. I mean, you can change an entire area. So I would say I'm a crown fanatic. So
Crownatic?
That is the correct answer.
You have to crown yourself the crownatic.
Mark will spend more time on the crown than anything in a room. Absolutely
love crown molding.
Let's do a 3-piece crown in this room. But
well,
Mark,
in the houses,
closet,
the houses that I've flipped, it's been the difference. It really has been. I can tell that it was the difference. It wasn't that big of a deal between the house sitting there.
Yeah.
You know, another week, another month. That costs money. No one counts that, by the way. No one counts that when they're selling their house. They just say, "Oh, I sold it for X." So I got X. Well, no, you got X minus all the time it was for sale.
So now we're doing some algebra.
Right.
Nice.
It's all math.
It's really good.
Do you have a whiteboard, or do you have your phone close by? Maybe you could
Yes.
calculator.
Well, we only
let's
have
see.
just a few little bits left, Mark.
Yes, we do. So we have to
say goodbye to Luke, though, who's been giving us all these great questions on Been There, Dump That.
Thank you, Been There, Dump That, for chiming in. Those are great questions, by the way.
Yes.
We're really glad you joined us. Kayleen, we're glad you joined us. So thank you all for hanging out with us. Keep your design and DIY inspired while you're on the move with more of my Fix It Up Life tips and ideas. Follow us and follow Kayleen McCabe on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. And make sure to check out the next Rockin' My Fix It Up Life Live.
Woo!
What's up?